Peace, family. We should be live right now. Another episode, Black Magic 363 with my brother Billy Carson. I'm sure y'all seen the promo, and I'm sure y'all see that name, and y'all like, wow, what they gonna talk about today?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be an interesting show. We got a week leading up to the virtual retreat. Billy's out there manifesting his best life.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? He's out there manifesting his best life where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Before we get started, let me just share this with y'all. Let me make sure, let me know if y'all could hear me. Before I get started, as always, I want to make sure y'all can hear me. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Joanne Booker, Black Sicano, Jersey Shore Sunshine, Jay Stahl. Oh, I see all y'all in the chat. These some new names I'm seeing tonight. Wow, these some new. King Simon, what's up? I see my brother King Simon in the chat.
I'm in.
All right. Richie Rich. All right, y'all say I'm good. All right. Joe Guns, piece of show. Joe Guns. All right, so let's get started. Before we get started, I'm gonna let y'all fill in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the video, family. That's very important. Make sure you share the video. Tell your friends and your family, your loved ones, those you care about that we're on tonight. It's very, very important. Before we get started, as I said just now, we have about a week left. Manifest Destiny Virtual Retreat is going down. We got people from different walks of life dealing with different areas of expertise, and it's guaranteed to start your new year off right by signing up for this, man. We dealing with meditation, yoga, health, Billy dropping some financial science as well as the quantum physics, fitness hacks. What else am I missing, Billy?
Consciousness, David Icke. We have naturopathic healing techniques by Dr. Julissa. It's going to be amazing. This is going to be a workshop, and it really is a retreat that you're not going to want to miss. And you'll be able to watch it over and over again on replay as we do all of our workshops and lectures.
Yeah. And like I promised everybody, I'm going to send this out tonight. I haven't sent it out in a little while to people who signed up. Everybody who signs up, I tell you, you get a free copy of the ebook, Learn Options. Yo, Billy, check this out. This is what I meant to tell you. I'm glad I just remembered. So my boy, he was I have a childhood friend. He was locked up. He got locked up when we was in our early 20s.
Wow.
And he came home a little while ago, and he got into the marijuana business, not on the legal side though, on the illegal side of things.
Right.
And he keeps saying he wants to get involved with something legal. He got some money saved. Yo, so I told him, I thought, people, he kept asking me. So I told him about the stock options.
Yeah.
This dude really got involved in his. Yeah.
There you go. You back.
Yeah, my mic. You can hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mic came out. Yo, so this dude got involved in it, and he's doing great, man. I'm proud of you, man.
Hey, man, that's what's up,
man.
That's what's up.
I sent it to him. I sent him this right here. I sent him the video.
Yeah.
And he's doing his thing, man. I was like, oh shit, man. This is the first thing on the legal side of things I seen him do. I'm like, wow, that's what's up, man. If my brother could do it, and the thing about it is, he's not the most educated dude in the world, but he's fearless. So he just, if he wants something, he'll go after it. A lot of us are Western educated, but we're full of fear.
Yeah.
So we're so smart. We'll talk our way out of success. That's how smart we are.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
It's called self-sabotage.
Yeah. So this dude, he just goes after shit. He's fearless. So he went after it, and he's making good money. So I'm proud of the dude. Shout out to everybody who went after the stock options, who participated in our course. It was a magnificent course, and everybody who signs up for this workshop that I just shared will get this ebook for free as along with the sign up. But shout out to that brother there. I don't want to say his name, but shout out to that brother doing his thing, man.
Nice.
All
Nice.
right.
That's what's up, man. That one person makes the whole thing worth it, because the amount of time I put into writing that book, I mean, listen, if one person gets it and it can help them, but we know that it helped way more than that, because we got the people in the group that are still posting the money they're earning every single day, and some of them people have gotten so good at it that I'm getting tips from them now.
Ain't that
that's
something?
what it is. We built a community.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot, man. And then that's what it's about with the era we live in, family. Hey, let's start the show. Another quick announcement before I start, family. David Icke will be here. I'm going to be talking to David Icke on YouTube. 12 noon on Tuesday. That's Eastern time. And it's not going to be long at all. It'll probably be about 20 minutes, family. But I definitely want to just at least have him drop some information for the family, any knowledge he want to drop on y'all. But the more in-depth version of our conversation and his talk will be at the workshop. But he will be here Tuesday the 4th, January 4th at 12 noon Eastern time. David Icke will be on the channel. So if you're interested in that talk, it's going to be short. If you miss it, it's going to be over. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep it up, depending on what he say. Because, he's actually banned from YouTube. So just stay on the lookout for that, family. That's this Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. Billy, what's happening? Talk to me, man. What's happening? Happy New Year, my brother.
Hey, Happy New Year, man. It's been a phenomenal year already. These first 2 days have been, for me, absolutely incredible. And I'm really excited about this new year. 2019, I was starting to come out of my shell a little bit with some of the things I was planning and working on and creating, and some of the transitions I was making in my life. 2020, I came completely out of the cocoon, and now 2021, I started flying, and now I done added rocket boosters for 2022, and it's going all the way past beyond the moon. I'm trying to get out of this doggone galaxy. So a lot of big plans, a lot of big things happening. I'm really excited. My NFT is dropping in about 30 days. My cryptocurrency onboarding call is tomorrow with the team that we hired to build the crypto and the whole platform, and all the onboarding and everything is tomorrow. We learn all that tomorrow. And the TV network is exploding and doing great. Signed 10 new talents to create their own shows on my TV network. And the production for those TV shows have already now begun. One of the shows has already been released. So I'm really excited, man. A lot of great stuff going on. A lot of great stuff.
Excellent, man. I'm good to hear about all that stuff. And like I said before, I've seen it happen. So, it's definitely, I remember when you started your network, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So that's what I'm proud, man. I'm proud,
Thank
bro.
You, man. Thank you.
Somebody asked, let me see. I've seen a couple of, they gave a shout out to Justin Carson. I gotta get him after we done with this workshop. I definitely want to get Justin on the show, Billy.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready. He I've done, a couple of podcasts with him and a couple of interviews with him, and he's definitely ready to, he can hold his own. I mean, he's already got the knowledge. I didn't ask him to write this book or tell him to write this book. He wrote that on his own. He created the journal on his own, and he's posting on 60 of my social media accounts every single day for the last 2 years. All that content, all those posts, that's all him.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get started because we're not gonna be here long, but I'm gonna answer this one last question real quick. Billy, does the options workshop come with the 2022 manifestation? Yes, I told y'all I will send it out. I haven't sent it out in a little while. I'm gonna send it out. I'll do a email tonight for everybody who signs up. I'll do an email. Everybody who signs up today, I'll send out an email tonight with a link to the workshop as well as the ebook. All right, family. So everybody who signs up tonight, you get the ebook as well as the workshop on the house. You know how I do. I did the same thing, something similar with the masterclass. So we looking out for our people, and people are profiting, making money, doing their thing, taking care of their families, and that's what it's all about, family. Not depending on the system 100%, not having your eggs all in one basket. Billy, to get started, everybody's waiting, man. What the hell is going on, Billy? I know in the month of December, Billy, I know now I don't want to, we're not going to use the word, but whether you want to call it that or whether it's something else they're doing or whatever's going around, I know entire families that got knocked down. Entire families, whole households, everybody just stay in their own room. People just coming, leaving shit at the door, then walking out because the whole family is supposed to be quote unquote contaminated or whatever. I've never seen nothing like this, Billy. Never, ever, ever. And when people say the flu season, I mean, I've experienced the flu season every season, but what I've seen in December, I've never seen nothing not like that. Not like that, Billy. That's something different.
It's been explosive. And I'm talking about everybody that I pretty much know everywhere around the entire planet has come down with this thing and has been affected. And we're talking about, heck, it ain't even just families. The whole country, I mean, the whole world has been pulled down. I know somebody who just went halfway around the world to the Canary Islands. And when they got there, the people they went to go see, everybody had it, So I'm like, damn, what is going on? I really started looking into how could, when I tell you what, I mean, I'm kind of trying to get my words right because we have to be careful.
Yeah.
You remember when 9/11 happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, I don't think it made sense to me just because if the Arabs really want to do something to Americans, the majority of us drink coffee. Coffee is the number one drank commodity in the world. The number one commodity is oil. Number two is coffee, right? And I'm thinking, well, they control the coffee flow into the United States through the majority of these convenience stores and Dunkin' Donuts. They just put something in that water, and then everybody be sick in the entire country, and the country goes down just like that. Boom, everybody. So when I thought about that back then, now recently this happens, right? And I'm thinking, did they put something in the water, man? Could that be what's going on? Because it just seems like no matter where you are, it's coming on at the same exact time. In other words, before you could see this chart and this track record of where it would trace itself around the planet, all of a sudden now it went everywhere simultaneously. And I'm thinking, what can cause that? Well, I was talking to my sister who lives in Germany, and she said they've been testing the sewer water in Germany. And that tells them where the concentrations of people that are sick are located for that thing that we're talking about. And so I was like, they're testing the water, huh? She said, yeah, they can. It's in the water. I'm like, oh, wow. It's in the sewer water. And so I'm thinking, man, can it be in tap water too? Most people are bathing in tap water, right? You don't want to drink tap water, but we're still bathing in it. I mean, most people. Now, even me, when I go out, if I'm not at home, my whole house is purified, the entire house. So even my shower, even the toilet water is purified against pharmaceuticals and viruses and bacteria and everything else. But I'm not home all the time. Even when I go out, I'm susceptible to getting in showers like I'm in a hotel right now. This is a really nice hotel, but I don't control their water system. And so I'm thinking, could this thing be in water? So when I started looking into that, they have been finding traces of this stuff in water, in tap water. Good old-fashioned tap water. So I'm thinking, wow, what is the biggest organ on the body? The largest organ on the body is your skin. And your skin has a high absorption ratio, right? So just looking at a scientific study, it says, a study published in the American Journal of Public Health looked into the skin's absorption rates of chemicals found in drinking water. And it showed that the skin absorbed an average of 64% of total contaminant dosage. Other studies found to be several times more permeable than broad body surfaces, an absorption rate of 100% for underarms and genitalia. So in your armpits and your genitalia, you can get 100% absorption rate, which is where you want to clean the most because you don't want to smell. But it's pretty interesting. So if we're not saying that this is exactly what's happening, but if they're finding it in tap water all of a sudden, could this have been something that had went global, some type of they do stuff that's so big and so massive that it escapes our perception because we would say, oh man, that's just too big. They would never do that. But every time we think about that, they go and do these kind of things right underneath our noses, because in the grand scale of things, we think it's too large. But I really do believe that there's been an attack on the water, and I think that when we get in the shower and when we drink our coffees and our teas and everything else that's coming from wherever it's coming from, I think there's a potential that we can be actually ingesting this stuff, because I think it's in the water and we're showering it, we're bathing in it, we're bathing our kids in it, we're washing our fruits and vegetables in it. And what better way to weaponize this thing than to put it in water? It's the easiest way to get it out there, I believe. So, it's pretty interesting, man. Everybody needs to really get a real solid filter that filters out viruses, bacteria, contaminants, pharmaceuticals, and fluoride, which is what I have.
So you said, so what's in there? What is known to be in the, our tap water now? Pharmaceuticals, definitely, right?
Pharmaceuticals, phosphates, bacteria, viruses. That's all in your tap water. Harmful mold and all that's in there. So if you're not filtering it out properly and you're ingesting that, or if you're not even drinking it, if you're just taking a shower in it, you think, oh, I got a great water filter in my house and it's the best kind you can get, and that's what I drink. Okay, but what about your shower? Is that what you're showering in? Because if you're bathing in that same water that you filter for drinking, you're still absorbing that water through your skin. 60% absorption rate of those contaminants are going into your skin. And if it's your underarms or your groin area, you're getting 100% absorption rate. So it's dangerous. You got to filter your shower, you got to filter your sink, preferably, and that to just add a little extra protection. Some people keep getting recurring illness, and it could be because they're taking the shower that they're taking or the water that they're drinking at home. So we got to think about that.
I wonder if there's been a study done on this, or or anybody's thought about this. If we take a 10 or 15-minute shower, what would be the equivalent to that? Being that our skin is absorbing all that, what's the equivalent to that drinking wise? Like, is that a quart of water, a gallon of water, or you get what I'm saying? Like, how much water are we know how much we're consuming when we're drinking like this, but how much do we consume in the shower? Our body consumes it. Do you know anything about that?
Well, we don't consume the water itself because our skin is waterproof, but the pores absorb the contaminants and take it down into the bloodstream. So the real question is, how many contaminants per ounce can be absorbed into the body? So if you have an 8-ounce cup of glass of water, how much percentage of that is contaminants, and how much percentage of those contaminants can be absorbed into the body? So if we can find out in 8 ounces of water, if you can test your water and find out what percentage of it is contaminated, then you can take that percentage and then take 30% off of that number, and you'll get the exact amount your body is absorbing, because you're going to absorb 60% of that. Yeah.
What is there any filter brands you recommend? Like, what do you use personally? What are you using at home?
I had a custom built water filtration system added to the house. Every time I move, I have that guy come out and build this system into the house. Matter of fact, King Simon asked me for the guy's number. King Simon came to my house, and I gave him the guy's number. King Simon saw the filtration system. It's built into the side of the house. I have a security camera on that sucker. I don't know any particular name, specific brand, but I can tell you, if you can find one that says bacteria, viruses, fluoride, and pharmaceuticals, you're probably going to be okay.
Excellent.
You have to have all that combination.
Yeah, I seen somebody in the comment wrote Kangen water. What do you have you ever used that? What do you think about that? The Kangen water. Some people say it's chemical water. Some people like it, say it's alkaline. What's your thoughts on that? The Kangen water.
I haven't really messed with that Kangen water. I like mountain water in the bottle.
Yeah.
I've kind of turned more towards water coming in bottles, just because the plastic containers leach in some oils, some petroleum into the actual water, making it toxic. And if you have the the plastic bottles that don't have the what do you call those plastic bottles? They're called I think the PBS free bottles. I forget the exact terminology, but they don't have the petroleum in the actual plastic. But there's still something that can leach into the water when that bottle gets heated to a certain temperature. So I've been turning more towards glass bottled water when I do go out. and drinking more of my water in glass bottle, because once I filter it in the house and I'm drinking it, well, it's coming through filter automatically from the city, because it hits my house and it hits my filtration system. Then it comes through my pipes and it gets to me. And by the time it gets there, I'm putting it into glass. I used to drink out of, because, bachelor mindset. I want paper cups and plastic cups because I don't want to have all these dishes building up in my sink. And my girl was like, that's not a good idea, because you don't realize you went through all that expense to filter this water, and now you're adding these microplastics that you're putting into a cup that's going to add microplastics, and you're going to drink the microplastics anyway. So I stopped doing that. So now I only drink out of glass. That's the only thing I drink out of glass. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to find a filter that, a filtration system that can cover those 4 things.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, because if we're you're a master at manifesting in this reality, in this realm. I've seen you do it again and again and over again in the short time I've known you, and we're mostly water. Yeah. So if we're bathing in pharmaceuticals, that's that's kind of hurting our manifestation process. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And because I mean, the pharmaceuticals make you depressed or anxious and all types of shit, man. So it's having an effect on us in a lot of ways we may not even think about, man.
Oh, it's huge, because listen, all right. So if you're in an area where a lot of people are taking antidepressants and they're taking a lot of the the pain meds, right? And a lot of that is making its way into the water system, which we know it's already there. We're not guessing about that. We know for a fact that's the case because it's tested. Now you're taking a shower in that, and then you can't figure out why you're feeling depressed, or you're having side effects of pharmaceuticals that you didn't even ingest, but you don't realize you did ingest them. You ingested them through your skin, or you drank them in your coffee or your tea because you're using the water right from your house, and it's not filtered properly. And so, again, that's another way that's really been weaponized. Forget the thing that we're talking about, even just the pharmaceutical. The amount of pharmaceuticals has increased significantly in the water that we drink and bathe in. And so if you're bathing in that, and that particular combination of molecules that in those pharmaceuticals has all these, you hear those little things, the range of side effects is incredible. The majority of the commercial they put on TV is the side effects.
The side effects, right.
And then all of a sudden you're having all these crazy illnesses and issues and skin hives and rashes and all kind of stuff. And you can't figure out what the hell's going on. I'm eating good. I'm doing this. I'm meditating. I'm getting grounded. And I'm still having these problems. It could be the water. Could be oh, thank you. I see that. Dutta Math said BPA. Right. That's the word I was looking for. BPA-free bottles. Those bottles are good too. But once they get heated, there's still a potential for some of the how they created that bottle to leach into the actual water. It may not be petroleum, but it's something else, because they're still not biodegradable bottles. So, I kind of move towards glass. So somebody in the comments put Mountain Valley. I love Mountain Valley bottled water.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal. If I can get my hands on that when I go out, especially, I always get the Mountain Valley.
Yeah, I definitely get the Mountain Valley. Whenever I'm in Whole Food, I definitely recommend that. One of my favorites as well. Do you ever use copper? You ever drink out of copper? I hear people talk about that.
Copper's phenomenal. Cooking copper. My pots at home are made of copper. Copper's great, man. That's one of the best things you can do too. Copper's phenomenal. Yeah, really, really good.
Excellent.
My
excellent.
cookware said it's copper.
Excellent. Yeah. I want to get to some of your questions, because I know we don't have a lot of time, and I know this is important. Y'all might have a lot of questions as it concerns to this. And we was talking about filtration systems. I seen somebody mention Mona Harris. Is that a name? Yeah, Mona Harrison. You ever heard of her, Billy? Billy Carson, Dr. Mona Harrison?
Dr. Mona, no, that's a new name for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah. She dealt with water years ago, and she used to say some powerful stuff. I gotta go watch her stuff again. Thanks for reminding me of Dr. Mona Harrison, y'all. I'm gonna watch. She got her stuff on YouTube, Billy. You can watch some of her stuff on YouTube.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
definitely some good stuff. Let's. What about they're asking about? No, not that. Where's it at? Chat's moving. It's kind of fast.
Real quick, while you're looking at that, real quick, there's one filtration system that I looked at before I hired this guy to build a custom one, and it was called Rhino. Okay, and it connects the same way. It connects to the outside of the house, right where the water comes into the house. That's where it connects. You have to have it professionally installed. But it does the same exact thing. It filters everything in the house from fluoride, bacteria, viruses, and chemicals and pharmaceuticals. It's called Rhino. That's one that I had looked at before.
What do you think about boiling the water? They want to know.
Boiling water is no good. Boiling water is bad. Okay, so there's been a big myth about you boil the water to kill the fluoride and everything else. What happens is when you boil water, you change the molecule of the fluoride. So when heat is added to the fluoride molecule, it turns into something called fluorine. So boiling water actually creates more fluoride. It sounds crazy. When you boil the water, you increase the fluoride in the water. It turns into something called fluorine, which is even more stronger than fluoride itself and more dangerous and more toxic. So boiling water is extremely dangerous. Do not drink boiled water unless you really, really have to. Now, if you want to kill bacteria in water because it's a global disaster or a local disaster like a hurricane, and that's all you had left was some water that could have been sitting and been potentially contaminated, well, you got no choice. Forget the fluorine. Let's boil some of this bacteria out of here so we can drink it. That's emergency purposes only. But to consistently boil water and drink it, you're poisoning yourself at a very high level.
What do you think about reverse osmosis? They want to know, is that recommended?
Reverse osmosis is good. I like reverse osmosis and distillation. Those two are really good methods also.
Indeed. Okay. Is it okay to clean with alcohol?
Now, alcohol unravels DNA, so you have to be really, really careful with alcohol, how much you use it, how much it's touching your skin. Again, when you're touching the alcohol, if you don't have on gloves, it's absorbing into your skin. When it gets into the pores and gets into the bloodstream, it unravels DNA. So if you're going to be cleaning with alcohol for any particular reason, it's better to see if you could find something that's a little bit more delicate, like a plant-based cleaner. But if you're going to have to use alcohol, that's all you got. Don't touch it with your bare hands. Don't let it get on your skin. Yeah.
Once again, family, we'll probably be here about 25 more minutes, family. I'm going to be taking questions. This is some serious times we live in, so I know y'all got a lot of questions. We're talking about water, and we're talking about the safety of our drinking water, our tap water, the water we bathe in, the water we wash our hands with, all that stuff. I want to thank everybody for donating to the super chat. I seen somebody ask how can they donate. You can hit up the Cash App that's at the bottom of the screen, family. If you would like to donate using Cash App, we got about 1,200 people in the building right now. I want to take this time to let y'all know about the workshop coming up January 7th and 8th. Billy Carson is one of the head speakers on the workshop, as well as Orisho Shun. We got David Icke and a host of other speakers. And, David Icke is the one that actually told us about bin Laden, that they was going to blame bin Laden for the 9/11 towers before they actually did it. So the dude got some behind the scenes backdoor information that we need to be hearing a lot of the time. So it's the same thing with this. I want to hear what everybody got to say. So family, I think this is going to be a great, amazing workshop that we should all attend. I'm going to put the link in the description once again right now. And like I said earlier, for all of those who sign up, you get the free ebook. This is our last workshop. Huge success. My boy came home from prison and got busy doing this. He's doing his thing right now. I'm proud of him. So everybody who signs up will get the free ebook as well as the video. So I will email y'all the ebook and the video, and that's a gift from me to you. Everybody that comes from my channel who signs up, everybody who comes from Black Magic 3 and hits that link. I'm gonna put the link in the description once again. So we got to get our financial situation straight, family, our economic situation straight, our spiritual situation straight. And that's what this workshop, this retreat is all about. So, I definitely look forward to this. Somebody asked, what about tomorrow's event? Yeah, Dr. Valentine will be on Patreon tomorrow. It'll be uploaded by 9:30. So you could tune into Patreon. If you sign up to Patreon, go to Patreon about 9:30. He's going to deliver an uncensored talk on what's going on right now. And that's going to be the prelude to his lecture that he's doing January 30th. So it's the year starting out booming. You know what I'm saying? Phil's speaking tomorrow. We got the retreat next weekend, January 7th and 8th. We got I told you 8th and 9th. I'm sorry. David Icke will be on this channel for those who weren't here at the beginning of the show. He's going to be on the channel Tuesday, January 4th at 12 noon. And just, because he's going to be in the workshop. So I just wanted to introduce him to my audience, to the family, and let them know that, we waiting. We want to hear some. We want to hear some information. So, we're not discriminating. We want to hear, the info. We want to hear what's going to better our lives. So he's gonna drop that, and he's gonna be on here January 4th at 12 noon. All right. Yeah. Somebody said Rich comes off as money hungry. I'm sorry if promoting comes off as money hungry. The funny thing is, people are outside and they interact in society all day, and people sell them things, and they're fine with it. They go to the store, they walk down the street, they pay to get on a train, they pay to get on a highway, they pay for everything. But as soon as they come to this channel, they don't want to hear me talk about money because it kind of offends them. I'm supposed to just be, they're not supposed to hear that here. Yeah. But I'm a businessman, and this is what I do, family. I'm blessed enough to do what I love. I do what I love for a living. That's right. And that's an amazing gift in life. That's a gift from the Creator, my higher self, the all that is that blessed me with that role in this life where I'm doing something that I actually love for a living. So if you work, sir, for a company, you may have an HR department, or you have an department that does all the promoting. In my company, where I'm the CEO, where I'm the boss, I do the promoting. So we don't get that because we've always had to have a slave relationship, master relationship. We never been bosses our whole life. So when we see somebody promoting what they do, sometimes we take it the wrong way. But this is what I do. If I don't promote it, who's going to promote it for me? You know what I'm saying? But but we're not used to being businessmen and businesswomen. So I get it and I understand it. And we have to adjust to this new realm where we're businessmen and where we're businesswomen. And you'll get used to it, brother. I know it. I had to get used to it when I was a certain age, and you'll get used to it just like everybody else will get used to it, because we're not, black people ain't going to be slaves in this new paradigm. We're going to be bosses. So you're going to have to get used to it. And one day somebody's going to tell you the very same thing, brother. They're going to say, why are you promoting that for? You're going to say, brother, I said that to Brother Rich one day. And that's how it go. And they telling me not to respond to the client. I'm not responding in an ill-mannered way. I just, want to say, but I won't respond no more. I just had to say that, But,
I think that was important. I think what you just said is very important for people to hear.
Yeah.
Some people may not even be saying it, but they may be thinking it.
Yes.
And you have to understand, like you said, man, we are the company itself. Now we all have, I finally built myself a small team. But at the same time, I still have to do a lot of things on with my own face. And people don't understand that, we all have to eat, man. At the end of the day, we all have bills to pay. We got kids to take care of. I got grandkids. You have a family. You have a son. And we're sitting here for hours working on projects to help people in the world, taking away from us working somewhere else to make money to feed them people. We got to find a way. They have to eat too. So yeah, I'm glad you said it, man. It's it's nothing negative. You weren't, you're not bashing or angry. It's just, hey, this is a fact of life, man. We have to find a way to to sustain ourselves, and we will not be slaves in this new paradigm. I refuse to be a slave in the new paradigm. I refuse. I rebuke that. It will not happen.
And that's pretty much what I'm giving out this book for free for to y'all. And so we won't have that mentality where money scares us or money offends us, because it only offends us when a person that looks like us starts talking about it. Yeah. And our brother came home from jail and was doing his thing. I still can't believe my brother doing his thing. I'm proud of him. But this is for everybody who signs up. Let me post the link once again. I'm going to promote it some more. I might promote even more now. But I put the link once again, family. Everybody who signs up tonight will get the options ebook as well as the options workshop for free, family. And this is part of the new paradigm, promoting your business, family. This is something to be proud of. I've had this business since I was 22 years old.
Wow.
I've been doing this, started on the streets of New York City, family. Streets of New York City, way before this internet shit was famous, you know what I'm saying, or big or whatever, or internet 2.0. Back when we was in internet 1.0 and MySpace and all that shit. You know what I'm saying, family?
Yeah.
So let's get to a couple of more questions for the brother Billy. We're figuring out how to have better water, drink better water, and how to protect ourselves in this upcoming year. Anything you want to say while I look at these questions, Billy? Get to the next question. Anything you want to say?
I just want to say, let's start supporting one another, because every single one of us has clothes on, and we have, some of us have vehicles, some of us have an apartment or a house or a condo, and everything inside of it had to be bought from somewhere, and your clothes had to be paid for at some store. And so you don't question those store owners. You don't question the places, that you're getting your where your roof is located, where you have to pay for your roof to live under. So let's just start supporting one another and realize that the whole conscious movement is really about supporting each other and having a anarchistic society where we all are trade and barter with each other versus giving the majority of our money to the major companies that exist. So in this new paradigm, what's happening is we're supposed to be relying on one another more, maybe like 60% us and only 40% them. Right now, it's like 80% them and 20% us. We have to really understand that the paradigm is switching, and that every individual is their own business. And when we see it that way, you're going to start to see a lot more things change. And the more we begin to support one another, instead of being, oh man, envious or jealous because this person's doing that or saying this or selling that, instead of saying, how can I be a part of that? How can I support that? Or whatever this person has, can I use it? Versus giving it to a corporation. The whole thing behind this big conscious movement, the biggest thing is the economy, the economic system, switching it to where we are the economy and we're in control of it versus them. And so that's what when we get that in our heads, when we understand that, we're going to excel to another level much faster.
Indeed. Yeah. Excellent way to put that, my brother. I want to get to this question because this is an important question. Jeremy wants to know, what is a way we can detox our skin from the water if we can't afford to have a filtration system for our house?
That's a good question. So you can't detox your skin, because the skin is an organ that absorbs through the pores and it gets into the bloodstream. So you have to detox your blood. So you have to look for a good blood detox. Orisha Oshun, who is actually speaking in this Manifest Destiny virtual retreat about detoxes, different types of detoxes. She's actually going to give us a detox as well to use. She is probably the number one source, I would say. I Am Surviving Vegan is her Instagram account. She's going to be speaking at the event. You're going to need to detox your blood often, because you can't detox your skin, unfortunately. Now, what happens is a lot of the toxins that you take into your bloodstream will manifest back in the skin in the form of rashes, in the form of hives, different types of psoriasis and those kind of autoimmune problems. And so it's really important to really get your blood right, and also your gut. Another thing that we have is gut problems, where we have leaky gut. And so you'll need to take different supplements to get that right. But if you look up leaky gut and also detoxing the blood, that's the only way to help yourself.
Hey Billy, I got a question real quick before I get to the next one in the chat. We talk a lot about alkaline water. Some of the herbalists in the community and the brothers and sisters that are in the health, I hear them say that fruit water is actually more alkaline than the spring water, that any spring water that we could get from the store. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I like the fruit water personally better, where you take I used to do it all the time. Yeah, I would just take some lemons, some limes, and I wouldn't even squeeze them in there. I just drop them in, wash them really good, drop them in, I cut them open, obviously, and sometimes some berries, and just let it sit in the water, and then use that as drinking water. And obviously clean, purified water in a glass decanter. But that's my favorite. The alkaline water for me, just drinking just pure alkaline water or something that says it's alkaline. Uh, you can't really tell. I've gone through a couple different kinds, and then the next thing I know, oh, it's not really alkaline water, or it wasn't exactly the alkaline that I thought. So I said, you know what? Nature's going to get it right. Let me just, instead of having some man-made source try to make this thing alkaline, let me just go back to nature. Nature's going to get it right every single time. So I was just using, at that time, I was just using fruits inside of just good old-fashioned, clean, distilled water, and I was fine. So that's my preference would be, is to really just take some water, put it inside of a really nice glass container, and just put the fruits inside of there. Don't squeeze them. You just drop them in whole if you cut them open. If it's something like blueberries or strawberries, you just wash them and drop them in there. You want to cut them in half maybe or something, but the lemons and the limes are really important. Put those in there. And I think, within 2-3 hours, the water's fine to drink. That's what I would do.
Okay. Daya wants to know, can you ask Billy about putting shungite in the water? What's your thoughts on that?
Now, I've heard about people doing that before. I've never tried it because I didn't research it. That's the only reason why I didn't try it. That's something I would research. And any of these things that you hear us talking about, or you hear anybody else talking about, you have to research it, you for yourself. You know what I'm saying? We're not doctors, we're not physicians, so we can't make any kind of health recommendations. We're just giving you things that we have done ourselves or know about. Now, with the shungite in the water, supposedly it's supposed to be really good for you, but I haven't just had the time to sit down, because I'm the kind of person when I hear these kind of things, what I do is I dig in and I go in deep and I try to find out all the information I can about it before I take that and put it in my body, and before I then recommend it to people. That's how I do it. Just like if somebody sends me a post on Instagram, they send me something, they share me a story or share me some content, and I look at it and I go, this is pretty interesting. I don't just repost it. I got to dig deep into that thing before I put it up on my account. Some people be like, I send you so much stuff and you never put it up. I'm like, I'm backed up on researching this stuff. I'm going through everything. I can't just be throwing stuff up and
right.
You know what I'm saying? That would be irresponsible. The same way with recommending things, especially when it comes to people's health, because every single person is different. Every individual is slightly different, and their body responds slightly different. This is why the best thing you can ever do is go and get blood work done and find out all your dietary needs. How your blood work will tell a nutritionist exactly where you're lacking in nutrients and minerals and everything else. And they can really help you customize a diet specifically for your needs. And that's what I had to do. That's why I know about this. I took a blood test, got my blood work done, and I did a fecal workup. And that's how I found out all the issues and things that I had going on. And I got with 2 nutritionists. One was my sister and another woman. And they both together got me on a plan that has me zooming right now, And so,
I just heard about the fecal thing 2 years ago.
Yeah.
About how, because I was learning about the bacteria in your gut and everything.
Yeah.
And how it comes out in your fecal matter, and they could tell all types of stuff about you by studying and analyzing that. So that worked for you, huh?
It worked, man. I found out I had leaky gut. So I had leaky gut. I wasn't absorbing enough minerals and nutrients. They were just they were running right through me. So they had to prescribe a certain amount of herbs and stuff for me, and roots and things like that. I had to take different types of supplements to help with that, and change my diet as well. I had to change my whole diet around.
But wasn't you already a vegan? You was already a vegan, right?
I was a vegan, but it was killing me. I was doing it wrong. I wasn't doing it right. There's a way to be a vegan and a way not to be a vegan. And so if somebody's a vegan and they're doing it wrong, they can actually kill themselves. Right. There's a way to know how to do it, And so just grabbing eating some lettuce and some salads and some vegan sausages. That ain't the way. Okay,
Right.
that ain't the way. I literally almost died. Nobody even knew I was dying. That's how bad it had gotten.
When was this? When was this?
This was just a couple years ago.
Damn.
I was so sick and nobody knew. I was so sick. You have no idea, Rich. You have no idea how sick I was, man. I was doing all that work, all those TV shows, all those things, and I was so ill. I remember I was at Gaia recording a show, and when I got up out of the chair that I had been sitting in for 4 hours recording all my parts, the chair was full of blood. I was so happy I had on black pants that day.
Shit.
I was leaking blood, a lot of it too. It was just I had all kind of issues that I was going through at that time with that. Was my diet was not correct, and my body built up an autoimmune response to what I was doing, how I was eating. And the lectins in the foods were attacking my immune system, and causing my immune system to become overreactive. And so in a weird kind of way, I created my own allergic reactions by eating the same thing too much for so many decades. So there's a way to do things right and a way to do things wrong. And I learned that the hard way. I learned it the hard way. I had gotten to the point where I couldn't even do one push-up, and that's when I got my sister to come down the first time. Yeah. And they got me on the right stuff and changed my diet around. And now I'm doing phenomenal, man. I feel the best. I feel the best now than I have felt since I was probably 27, 28, somewhere in that area. I feel phenomenal now.
Ain't that something, man?
Yeah.
Woo, don't y'all all hear shit like that, man? Yeah. That's a good stuff. Man, we had no idea, man. Wow, bro.
It was bad. It was bad. People have no idea. I had so many hives and rashes that was the autoimmune was breaking out in my skin. Yeah. So I would be sitting there itching like you wouldn't believe with all these. I have a suit on, so nobody can see them, and I'd be so sick and so ill, my stomach so ill, but I just fight through it, fought through it because you can't wait, you complain, and what is that going to do? I was looking for solutions, and everything I was trying was failing until I met this one naturopathic doctor who used to be an MD, and also my sister. Between those two, they got me straightened out, man. So yeah, you just never know. You never know what somebody's going through.
Your sister, she's speaking at the retreat, right?
She's speaking at the retreat, man. She's phenomenal. She's a 4-time world champion female bodybuilder in the all natural. So she's an all natural female bodybuilder. She's had a couple of cooking shows on my on Forbidden Knowledge TV, where she's done a couple of episodes. She's going to be doing a whole series of shows on there pretty soon, but she's going to be teaching about fitness hacks, body hacks, New Year's resolutions, how to keep it, the type of workout you need to do that you can sustain. How to eat, what to eat in terms of your body type. She analyzes your body type. She analyzes your blood work. She wants to see that because she wants to find out exactly what you're missing and what you need and what you get and what you have too much of as well is also important. And she's going to be teaching and speaking at the Manifest Destiny virtual retreat. That's my sister Maria. She's phenomenal. She was 300 pounds at the age of, I think, 31 or 32. And I'm not talking about bodybuilding. She was just fat. And then she decided that she was tired of that and she wanted to become a bodybuilder. And I said, okay. In my mind, I don't put people down. I just, okay, I'm here to support you. In my mind, I was like, huh? You know what I'm saying? And she went in 6 months. She became, she got to I think the bikini level, and she won her first competition. I said, wow, this is amazing. And then since then, it's been now 11 years, 12 years nonstop, and she's gone up several levels since then. And she's won pro on a pro level, won 4 times, which is huge. And now she trains pro bodybuilders, all natural. And so she's a beast, and she's working with me right now. I'm on a 60-day challenge with her right now. She's down here. She came from Germany just to work me out for 60 days straight. So, she's phenomenal, man. She's going to be speaking. She has a lot of knowledge, a lot of science. She's a scientist like me. She goes right into the science. So you're going to love it. And she's a psychologist as well.
Indeed. Yeah. That's excellent, man. That is truly excellent. Wow. Yeah. 300 to a bodybuilder. That's
Yeah. Incredible.
That's incredible. Let me
Yeah.
share the link once again with y'all before we get to these questions for the retreat. For those who are interested, is going down. Let me get rid of this. It's going down January 8th and 9th from 1 to 7 p.m. We got a host of speakers who's going to be in the building, is going to be in attendance. It's going to be an amazing, amazing retreat, an amazing virtual retreat. You don't want to miss this, family. Click on the link. I just put the link. Make sure you're there. Like I said, if you just joined us, I don't know if y'all was here earlier. Everybody who signs up, you get the options ebook for free, as well as the workshop for free. That's the last workshop me and Billy did. It was a huge success, and a lot of people are able to make money on their own and not have all their eggs in one basket. And if something goes wrong at their job, they can say, you know what, screw you. I'm making a little money here, and I'm investing this there, and I'm gonna find a way to do it somehow. So that's how it's got to be, family. Let's make this thing happen. Also, before we get to the next question, I also want to give a shout out. Y'all know I always give a shout out to my brother King Simon. He's one of the best when it comes to numerology. You can text him your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022, and the brother will get back to you at his earliest convenience. I know King Simon will probably he probably knows exactly what year you were going through what you were going through, Billy, based on your numbers. He can probably say, "Oh yeah, Billy was going through this year, that year." He'll say it was your critical year. I bet you he'll say it was your critical year, Billy. I bet you, man.
He knows, man. He's phenomenal, man, with his whole number system. I mean, incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
He's incredible because he'd be spot on. I'd be like, damn. I mean, he really has studied this to a level a degree that I haven't really seen anywhere. Yeah.
Let's somebody has a question. Should I purchase a ticket for each set of my family members, or could we all use the same link? It's hard getting everyone in the same house during these times.
Well, it's kind of difficult to spread the link because the link is based on your login with Eventbrite. And so it authenticates you. And so I think somehow it can tell if there's multiple logins to the same exact, from the same exact email and password. I don't think that works, actually, unfortunately. But what you can do is after you watch it and attend, you can also have them come over and have them watch the replay, or you can allow them to log into your replay once it's done. You know, you can let them log into the replay. That won't be on Eventbrite. That'll be on Forbidden Knowledge TV. Probably 48 hours after it ends. It'll be quick edit and uploaded to Forbidden TV. They can probably watch the replay. You know, that would be the only way. Other than that, if they want to do live, they probably would have to have their own login, which means they would have to get it, unfortunately, because that's the way Eventbrite works. Yeah.
Somebody wants to know, we asking about water, Flossin. They want to know about was Osiris and Anunnaki.
That's a great question. That's a great question. Osiris was an Anunnaki. Osiris was one of the original Nibiru in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. And the Nibiru, according to the Egyptians, not according to Billy Carson, according to the ancient Kemetic people before the dynastic era even began, the Nibiru came from heaven to earth and turned mud into a kingdom. That's not my words. That's their words. And it was Osiris, Horus, Isis, the whole pantheon of Egyptian gods. So they came here, Anubis and all of them, they came here and they literally, according to their own words, not mine, turned mud into a kingdom. And he was one of them. And he hails from the Orion. Some of these people come from different places. So Osiris was from Orion, and he had green skin. He was a green person, not green because they just wanted to paint him green. According to the account, his countenance was actually green. So he was a green person, just like Krishna was blue, right? They had blue people, and also they depict Ra as blue in Egypt as well. And according to them, his skin really was blue. So we had a green man and a blue man back in ancient times, one of the Nibiru, who lived amongst people, taught them in different ways, and actually was one of the founders of one of the original mystery schools as well. Yeah. And he was the founder of the Jedi Knights. The Jedi Knights from Star Wars is just a very artistic copy of what already existed in the land of Kim long before Star Wars and everything else obviously was made. So obviously George Lucas read a lot of these ancient texts and tablets because his story reads just like some of the ancient mystery texts from the papyrus scrolls, as well as the Terra papers. If you combine those two things together, you have the whole saga of Star Wars. Of course, take out the love stories and all that, but you have the basic story.
Yeah. What's the update on the Rolls-Royce? I know a lot of people sign up for that.
Yes. The Rolls-Royce has been so we had two things. One thing is the location had to be changed to an outside park. It's going to be at Pine Island Park in Parkland, Florida, which the website has been updated. And an email went out to everybody who got a ticket. And we also changed the date because we had to sell 10,000 tickets by December 18th, and we didn't. We moved it to February 19th, but that will be a hard end. Whether we have 10,000 or not, we have enough now that we've extended it to cover it. So it will be February 19th is the hard end. No matter what, it's the hard end, and there'll be an outdoor park because of the bug that's going around. The dealership doesn't want all those people coming inside of there and being inside their place of business. They're only taking appointments only. All the places down here are taking appointment only in these dealerships, especially the high-end dealerships. So we're going to do it at an outdoor park, Pine Island Park, which is not that far away from my house, so I don't have to drive the car a lot of miles. I don't want to put it on a flatbed. Just drive it over there to the park. Anybody who wants to come out is more than welcome to come out there on that day. And we'll be I have a whole new video made about that, and the address to the park and everything else is on my website. The hard end is February the 19th. That's the hard ending. And the next day, we will definitely do a live drawing right there on the spot. And it'll be outdoors. So if you feel like, you want to be there, but you don't want to be on top of people, you can have all the space you want because that park is massive.
Indeed. Also, for everybody who got the NFT masterclass, I told you I was going to send y'all the downloadable version. I will probably send that out next week. I know you already got the link, so you can watch it with the link that you have. You already have the lifetime access to the link, but I'm going to send you the downloadable version. Give me about a week, and I'm going to send that out as well. Somebody says we can still buy tickets. Yes, I've been posting the link all show, family.
Yeah.
If you want to buy tickets, I just posted the link once again. The link is also in the description, but it's going down 8th and 9th, January 8th and 9th. All right, family, it's going to be action-packed. Virtual retreat. Like I said, everybody who signs up, you get the ebook for free, as well as the workshop we did that is benefiting a lot of people all over the world. All right, family. So we definitely still giving that out. Let me get to another question. They got some metaphysical questions, some comedic questions now. What's the significance of Ptah and Memphis in the mystery system?
Well, Ptah is Ea Enki, and that's a real significant being because that's Thoth's father. He's also known as Thoth-Me in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. I write about him in my book. He also had his own halls of Amenti, which is located in Egypt, which I visited when I went there just a few months ago, and documented his halls of Amenti that was attributed to him. And if you ever went to church or read the Bible and read the Lord's Prayer, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as is in heaven. Forgive us this day our daily bread, and give us our debts we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but thine is the kingdom, the power, glory forever. Amen. That prayer that's in the Bible is actually the prayer of Ptah. Okay, that's his prayer. He actually wrote that prayer thousands of years before the Bible was ever written. That's not the Lord's Prayer. That's actually Ptah's prayer, and it used to be uttered during the ancient Kemetic civilization. But he's a real significant character because two things. The first thing is, according to the Egyptian Book of the Dead and the papyruses, he actually, and Sumerian texts as well, he actually married what we would call a human person, a human woman. Okay, that was one thing. Another thing is according to the Sumerian tablets, one of his offspring was the Noah of the Bible. So Noah of the Bible, also known as Zuzudra in Sumerian text, was his actual son. So, which is one of the reasons why he wanted to save him and spare him from the great flood. Just real interesting guy. He had an evil son named Marduk, also known as Amun-Ra, and he had a caring, loving son known as Thoth, who had many names in ancient times: Dehudi, Tahuti, Jehudi, Kukulkan, Lord Pakal, Viracocha, just many names depending on where he was in the world. Mercury, Odin. But so he had to keep them two apart because they was always getting into fights and battles. So he told Thoth to go to the other side of the world. That's where he went to Mesoamerica, and he took Olmec Africans with him, and they built the whole Teotihuacan civilization in Mexico and down into the Yucatan Peninsula. Long before the Mayans even existed, they built that whole civilization. So Mayans only inherited what was already there and was already built by these guys. So he's a real important figure. You know, he that was under the order of his dad. His dad also ordered him after the Great Flood in the Animal Tablets. His dad ordered him to go to the land of Chem and rebuild them to a high level of civilization, teach them how to build themselves back up. So he goes to the land of Chem, and he starts interacting with the people there and reteach them all, because they had lost the knowledge, all the ancient knowledge, all the building knowledge, and retaught them all the building knowledge so they can rebuild their civilization. So he's a real, Ptah is a very, very important figure.
Okay. You okay with about 2 more questions, Billy? I know you got to go. You do about 2
absolutely.
more? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, let's do about 2 more questions, and then we're gonna get out of here. Billy will be back before the workshop. You can stop in real quick before the workshop on the weekend, right? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, cool. Hey, shout out to King Simon. He just texted me. He let me know he got his ticket.
Nice.
Let me show y'all.
King Simon.
All right, King Simon, I see you. I appreciate.
King Simon,
I appreciate it,
man. Appreciate
you know what I'm saying? He's always supporting. You know what I'm saying? The brother's always supporting. The brother never asked me for nothing for free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I appreciate the support, my brother, and I see you at the workshop, King Simon. I'm gonna send you your stuff tonight, King Simon. All right. I think you might have already been there, King Simon. You might have been.
He probably has that downloaded already.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So that brother, he did great energy. That brother right there, amazing energy. Yeah. Let's get to a couple of more questions. Is the Emerald Tablets allegorical, Billy?
That's a great question. Some people have said, it's allegorical without ever really researching it. And so what I do is when I'm researching something, I try to find out, does it connect to something else? And does that, if it's connecting to too many other things, it adds more credibility to it. And you find that the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Tibetan Book of the Dead, the Sumerian tablets all start to kind of really give credence to the fact that the Emerald Tablets of Thoth are not allegorical, but they're actually real. And when you start breaking down the science that's being talked about in there, which is why I wrote my book, Compendium of the Emerald Tablets, I have full-blown published science articles that back up what's in this ancient text. There's no way that these people could have known this back then, or this person could have known this that many thousands of years ago, unless they had superior knowledge. And we're just now catching up and rediscovering what was already known in ancient times. We haven't learned anything new yet, not one thing. Mm-hmm. And so because of that, because of what's being said in there lines up with real peer-reviewed science and physics and quantum physics, I have to say that they're not allegorical, that they're very factual indeed.
Mm-hmm. Can they still buy tickets for the Rolls-Royce? I see somebody asking that.
Absolutely. You can buy tickets up until February the 19th at 3 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on the East Coast, but it ends at 3 a.m. Pacific for the West. But at midnight Eastern Standard Time, it ends. So you can buy tickets all the way up until then. I have a new video coming out, which we just produced a brand new video for, just trying to make that last hard push up until February the 19th. There's high odds of winning this thing because we haven't sold millions of tickets it's less than 10,000 tickets, so it's really high odds of winning, which is phenomenal. And somebody's going to have a really good 2022. Whoever wins that car, you can take it and sell it immediately. You can drive it from where you win it to a tag place, turn the title, I'm going to sign the title over to you, but you can get the title in your name and then go right down to a car dealer and they'll give you a check for it on the spot. So it's instant money.
Hey, King Simon said he just got his tickets for the Rolls-Royce also, man.
Oh, King Simon. Hey, man.
Hey, shout out to King Simon.
Man, he's really out here doing it, man. I go to Fort Lauderdale. I'm at the Ritz-Carlton doing a lecture in 2019.
Yeah.
It was the Manifest Destiny workshop in 2019.
Wow.
In person, because I didn't, we didn't have the virtual stuff yet back then.
Yeah.
And King Simon sitting right in the front row, in Florida.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, they want to know what you think about the recent Matrix movie, Billy.
Ah man, listen, I was there. I loved it. Now, if you haven't seen 1, 2, and 3, it's going to be hard to really understand 4. It's not one of those sequels where you can just go start off at 4 and figure it out later. You have to really understand what happened to get to that point. But they really broke down multidimensionality and multiverses. And you really get a better understanding of how multiple realities can exist and how there could be somebody creating universes and shutting down one and turning on a new one. And we could be inside of one of those created universes right now, as we are now ourselves are creating our own universes. And I think it's many, many layers to reality. So I think it's really an incredible movie. I think they did a great job with it, bringing out the esoteric knowledge and wisdom of the possibility of a first of all, a matrix. And then the fact that the matrix is a light matrix. It's made of light, just like I've been talking about for years, a fractal holographic matrix of light. And then the fact that it's all running on program code, which is what I've been talking about for so much time. We're living in a programmed matrix, and then there's a creator that can just, okay, this one's seen its end. It's time to create a new one. And if you see this convergence of old and new in 4, I don't want to make a spoiler of it, but you got to check it out.
I liked how it touched on the idea of reincarnation into this matrix, and Neo came back, but he didn't remember. We have amnesia. We don't remember who we are. But he's like, damn, I feel like I used to be able to fly, and you get all these intuitive senses, and that's you really. It seems like I guess we really used to do those things, huh?
Yep, absolutely, man. There's a lot of stuff we used to do that it's going to start becoming the norm again. Soon. At first, it'll be like people will be considered X-Men, some mutants. But eventually, over time, maybe in another 100 years, it'll be the norm, back to the way we used to be.
Hey, man, Neo cold-blooded. He came and snatched Trinity from her family. I said, God damn, that's cold-blooded.
You putting out the spoilers now, man. I was trying to be nice.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, I guess I should. But that was wow. That was
he was gangster. That was gangster.
Hey, every movie that we ever look at, it always has a love interest or a love ending or something like that.
Yeah.
When you study the glyphs, how much do you see love? I hear about all this other stuff. What about love? How much we see love in the glyphs?
A lot of love stories in there, man. A lot of it. The pharaohs were very proud of their queens. And so they would talk about them. They even made their own temples for the queens. Like, for example, at Abu Simbel, you have Ramses, right, who built his temple into the side of the mountain. And right next to it, he built Nefertari's temple, So, and you would see that pretty much consistently pretty much all around. They love to be able to honor their queens and their women, and talk about them and leave them in the glyphs and talk about the story of them and not so much as like this is a love story relationship, but the fact that they honored them and they acknowledged them, what I'm saying, was huge. And then you even have like Hatshepsut temple, where she was in the glyphs. You can see where she was married. Her husband died, and then she told everyone that her father was one of the Netiru, so that's why I deserve to be the pharaoh. So she made herself the pharaoh. The people bought into it. They allowed her to be a pharaoh for like 20 years, a woman. Okay. But she has a love story written in the glyphs where she fell in love with one of the builders, one of the architects of the temple, and had a relationship with this guy for some time as well. So it was pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. So you do see these love stories, yes.
Okay. Hey, family, man, I don't want to keep Billy here all night. The brother got a hot date tonight, man. He's popping tonight. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He's going to go on the night out of town.
Yeah.
So I want you to enjoy yourself, Billy. I want
Thank
you and Elizabeth to have a great time tonight.
Yes, sir.
You definitely deserve it, my brother. Start the new year off having a good time and enjoying yourself. Please leave your contact information for the people before we get out of here.
Don't forget, follow me on Instagram at Forbidden Knowledge. Also, Unite the 99 at Billy Carson on Unite the 99. Just go to uniteth99.com or get the app on the iOS App Store or the Google Play Store. It's a 5-star free app. And in Unite the 99, we have a new group in there. It's a private group called Date Conscious. So if you're looking to meet somebody that's single, that is on your same frequency, you can join the private Date Conscious group on the Unite the 99 app, and you can meet people in there. You can feel free to talk about whatever you want. You don't have to hide your true self like you do with the other dating apps. So you have to pretend like you're not conscious, and you got to pretend like you don't care about chakras, that you don't care about spirituality. You got to play the game, right? But not on Date Conscious. In Date Conscious, everybody who you talk to in there, you already know they're on the same stuff you're on, so you can feel comfortable to be yourself. So that's inside the Unite the 99 app. Just look for the Date Conscious group and join that group and start meeting conscious singles.
Excellent. All right, family. So with that being said, I know y'all enjoying yourselves, but we definitely got to get out of here. We can't be on here all night. It's Sunday night. Thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna share the link one last time. Once again, family, January 8th and 9th, it is going down. The virtual retreat, Manifest Destiny. Billy does it every year. This year is definitely the biggest one he's done yet. It's even 2 days. It's not even 1 day. It's 2 days, and it's
2 days.
1 to 8 every. What is it? 1 o'clock to 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
1 o'clock to 8 o'clock on the 8th and the 9th. So you're definitely going to get your money's worth, family. You don't want to miss it. A couple of reminders. David Icke will be on the channel on the 4th, on Tuesday, January 4th at 12 noon. I keep forgetting because I'm not used to doing shows that early, but he's all the way in Europe, family. But 12 noon, he will be on here. It's going to be real short. I just want to have him drop a little information before the virtual retreat. All right, family. And yes, Dr. Valentine will be on the Patreon tomorrow, family. So you can go to the Patreon, sign up if you haven't. Dr. Valentine will be on there approximately 9:30. All right, family. Besides that, if you're interested in the NFT workshop that I had a couple of weeks ago, that is on blackmagicuniversity.com. You could go there to get that workshop. But family, it's going down next week. Everybody who signs up tonight is getting this book as well as the workshop on the house for free. So not the virtual retreat for free. You'll get the stock options workshop we did for free. All right, family. So I don't want y'all to confuse that, but just a little treat for y'all for supporting us. We'll definitely support you. All right. Yep. What you talking about, Bedstyle? What's up with Bedstyle? What you talking about? I did you dirty. One last question, because this brother, he's a regular. Did the Nephilim build the pyramids, Billy? Before we get out of here, did the Nephilim build the pyramids?
The Nephilim were involved in the building of the pyramids, and the Nephilim were involved in the building of some of the pyramids, not all of them. First of all, some pyramids were just built by people, but the further back you go, you find that you have master architects. Like, for example, Thoth claims to have built the Great Pyramid. Now, he didn't get out there and physically build it with his own hands. This guy's a king, right? At the time, he's called an Atlantean priest king who ruled over the land of Chem for 14,000 years, according to the text. So he didn't get out there and pick these blocks up, but what he did was he taught the people the techniques on how to build these structures, and he was the architect. He had the floor plans, and he started handing that floor plan down, and other Natiru did this as well. Now, Nephilim are half Anunnaki and half human. That's what a Nephilim is. They're what they call demigods, right? Like pharaohs or demigods. And so the Nephilim were also involved. Some of these men were huge, and they were definitely involved in helping to build some of these structures as well. And then you have pyramids that were built just by plain average people, So depending on where you go in the world, and depending on the era and the time frame in which they were built, it starts off. The deeper you go in antiquity, you find more of this master architect coming from the Netiru, getting handed down and taught to man. And then the further you go forward in time, you find eventually smaller pyramids with smaller blocks and things like that, where it was just people that were building them with no help and no assistance, and just trying to go off of, logic and mathematics to the best that they could. So it's pretty interesting. That's why some of the more newer pyramids have completely collapsed. I've been all around collapsed pyramids, complete. They look like mounds of dirt now, but they're not dirt. Those were used to be pyramids. And some people who go with me in Egypt in October, you'll see some of these collapsed structures that are fairly new, but they couldn't stand the test of time.
All right, family. With that being said, we're getting out here. Peace.
All right. Peace.